Well, these last couple of days have been gloomy, haven't they? The staggered delay of the announcement of the CT sent the short-term hype into overdrive, just to be let down by the news that the live service has been completed. I did expect it, to be honest, as I'll touch on later, but I did not expect to feel as deflated as I did when those words finally left Dennis's mouth. The community's reaction put into perspective just how much of a downer this was, and with no new game on the horizon, the feeling of the end is here, and it sucks. The update has many positives and is a good addition to the game, even if we did have to experience it through our depression goggles. Scarif looks and feels great to play, and those race skins are fantastic. I'm so happy they're in the game now. Offline was expanded, which is always a good thing, and certain maps on Supremacy have starfighters as an inferior supplement to capital ships. I would have preferred ducking in and out of capital ships, but if I can fly over Tatooine as air support more often, I'm happy. I'd like to break down the rest of my thoughts into more concrete categories. In my video where I first predicted that support might end, I hit on 3 main points, namely, the silence that engulfed us after the February update, major players leaving the team, and the fact that the obligation would be fulfilled after Scarif. Those points of silence and departure had some of the community worried, but some of them pointing to the global pandemic and normal job rotation as dismissals, but none of them touched on the completion of the obligation. That was my main point in the video. I probably didn't hit well enough on it, but it is what I felt was going to bring an end to the game. And well, I was right. As Dennis said,
we've realized our vision with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
In truth, when they introduced co-op, Age of Rebellion skins and made infiltrators for the February update, I felt something, a little something in my gut saying that they did all this to start finishing off the game. Because they didn't have to introduce infiltrators or put all maps in co-op. All they had to do was bring the Age of Rebellion into CS, back when it was still called CS. This was a subtle setup for them to finish the game. This left me with a feeling that we were near the end and all DICE needed to do was bring and connect the final pieces. Just to meet the obligation, so to speak. And that's what I got right. And I wish I was wrong. I think I'll choose to view my journey with these games in very much the same way Dennis, the lead design director, has been treating it. Namely, very positive, with a focus on all the good memories we've had along the way. Looking back, it's crazy to think just how much has happened and how much has changed from October 2015 to now. This game isn't separated from life experiences and happened to coincide with the best years of my life. As much as saying that uni is the best years is a cliche, it proved true for me, and one of the reasons is because I had Battlefront to come back to after academic activities had finished. This is also the first time I took part in a niche, or should I say specific community online, and that felt incredibly cool and wholesome, especially back in 2015-2016. Getting to interact with the team felt so wild back then, and that's why I left it to the few representative game changes we had. Seeing the community change and grow various times is something special, and I kind of feel like an old wise man here since the beginning, helping guide many members in the right direction. Every journey has its ups and downs, and I can only really take gripes with the bugs and communications that took too long to fix, as well as the lesser savory aspects of the community. From clickbait to malicious smearing of others, the beyond funny toxicness, the entitlement, the deliberate misunderstanding of game development, these toxic elements grew louder and more annoying as the years went on. Just a stain on the game that grew a little too large towards the last few updates, left the community in, unfortunately, an imperfect state. The broader community is great and it's easier enough to just hang out with them, but the fact that you've got to do that is a teensy bit sad. Overall, the fun and immersion these games have brought me is immeasurable, and I have lost count on how many hundreds or possibly thousands of hours I've lost to this game. So many Star Wars scenarios have been made available to me, and I'm grateful for every one of them. The community lives on.
Together, brothers!
And hopefully there'll be more projects on the horizons we can rally around. There are some bugs and questionable milestones along with an unbalanced meta that require fixing still. However, it seems likely that the team is looking into addressing these concerns, meaning they're not totally gone. What is gone is new content, which was and is the main catalyst for the gloom. I feel as if they should have just held off on the final update being the one package to include Scarif and Age of Rebellion Supremacy. and had those separate from a final update, which they could have included instant action mission and a few skins. Seeing the finality of the announcement of the last update was always said to overpower the excitement for it. So using some sort of faux update to attach that feeling to would have been the best way to go. Imagine how happy we would be right now if we were blissfully unaware of what was to come. I'm sure they had their reasoning. I mean, Dennis immediately announcing his departure from Star Wars media after the drop, so maybe time constraints played a role? I don't wish to speculate further, but I have a feeling this doom wasn't predicted by the team, and I hope they can take something away from this experience. Finally, in the spirit of our design director and savior, I would like to extend a huge thanks to the many developers and beyond that contributed to this game. From Dennis to the game changers who helped influence the game to the QA testers who made sure the game was as pristine as it could be. You all have provided me and many others with wonderful experiences that probably tally too high to count. And to the community that formed around this game, you are some of the most optimistic, cool, enthusiastic, passionate, entertaining, and creative people I have come to know. Whether all I've done is comment on your posts and videos, or if we have become friends, I cherish you and the experiences you have created with us, and hopefully we'll find each other together again soon.